he said he talked about magic and... what? Domesticated zombies?
He talked about a group of people who don't get infected, even if they're bitten.
Delirious people will say anything.
He was holding this map when we brought him in.
Whoa. This looks like...
A way out of Haran. Crane, we're running out of antizin. We have to explore every possibility. We can't wait any longer.
Stay away! Stay away! You don't understand. The mothers...
Well, that was delightful. Pretty good introduction to the new following expansion. Waited quite a while for this, as we, I wouldn't say rushed our way through, but thoroughly enjoyed our way through Dying Light. One of the most, I think, expansive and well done zombie games that I've played. Mainly just for the mission structure. The zombies are absolutely terrifying, and the nighttime switch is incredible. The fact that you go from daytime killing machine using overpowered lightning swords to cowering child that hides behind bins or on tall buildings to avoid anything, or as we did a fair amount of yesterday, just climbing to the top of poles because no zombies can hit you from that point. Right, find a way out the sewers. Well, actually, let's just check to make for... no, okay, it's a definite. Let's check what gubbins we've got on us. So you keep all of your inventory items, so I'm assuming when I get to my stash, I'm going to have all of the items that I previously had. Well, no, I've got to jump down, I imagine. I was fortunate I did not cave in. Oh, torch. Oh god, why did it attach onto that? That is rather grim, and we've got to jump into this murky green water. However, the butterflies, that is... oh, moths. Are they moths? To be honest, I doubt anyone really cares, but it's a nice detail, it's cool. And one thing I have to say about a game that focuses on zombie combat, what am I on about? Combat, is that the underwater graphics are absolutely incredible. I don't know whether you all agree with me, but it is equally terrifying when you swim around underwater just for the level of detail, fully expecting that there might be sharks or underwater zombies. I don't know whether that's a thing, but you know, either way, pretty scary. And also there's normally loot items under the water, which is quite cool, so it forces you to explore everywhere. Well, not necessarily forces, but you get the most out of the game if you choose to explore like the tiny nooks and crannies. Granted, as I've said, that there is going to be absolutely nothing over here, but still. Right, simple jump, and nice cult-like symbols, which is always good. I'm assuming that's probably the mother that the guy in the trailer was talking about. I'm gonna grab my bow just so I got a bit of distance. And yet again, another introduction to the game that is incredible. Sunlight blaring through, open fields, and on top of the cliff,
Lena, do you copy?
looking out.
Crane, damn it, you're breaking up.
Yeah, listen, your one-eyed delirious patient, he was telling the truth. There is a way out. Maybe what he said about people who don't turn is true.
He died this morning, Kyle. The fever got him. You're on your own, I'm afraid.
Find someone who knows about the
Lena?
rumour.
Lena! Yeah, fucking mountains.
Okay. Not a fan of climbing after all of the park hour that he proceeded to do on the top of giant structures previously. I think I might grab... Oh, actually, no. We'll go no-handed just because, well, I think it looks cooler. Oh my god. So rather long way down. No, I'm not going to make that jump. Turn the torch off now. Another thing I love about this game is obviously the verticality and the traversal aspects are amazing, but just the options that you have in most of the environments, whether you want to try and go up, down, across the ledges, or you just want to stick to running. Obviously, it would be slightly more sensible to stick to the parkour elements, as it gets you up high and away from the zombies, but sometimes running through the streets and watching everything fly past, the motion blur as well, I think is pretty damn cool in this game, as it allows well, I wouldn't say realistic, but it makes the game feel a bit more immersive. You're stuck in the world, and as you're running past and the zombies are flitting by, oh dear. Right, can we... do you reckon we'll be able to get over there somehow? Or am I just going to fall to my death immediately in the first part of the playthrough? Nah, bugger it. Just jump. Oh god, that's very close to the rocks. So, yeah, anyone else playing, I would recommend you just take a nice giant leap off the edge. Don't stick so close. And bodies. Dead bodies in the water already. This is what I mean by the game, like the levels of immersion. It's the smaller details, and when you're walking around by yourself, oh god. And the subtle things, that to me is what makes a better zombie game, is not necessarily over the top action sequences, but when at night you just look out and you do the little senses, and you can just fire a ton of flares out, and it just lights up the tiny portion of the map, and out the corner of your eye you see a horde come in, and you think to yourself, no, I'm going to stay here for a couple of minutes until it passes. It forces you to think properly in terms of a zombie apocalypse. Well, I think so anyway, other than the unrealistic laser swords and, you know, lightning ninja throwing stars that you can get, which I don't feel takes away from the gameplay, but I think one thing that, I don't know, maybe Techland could learn from this, realise they probably do not give a shit what I have to say, but and neither might you guys, but I think that with zombie games it should always be a simple: weapons have durability, you can fix them a certain amount of times, but they don't have the yellow, the blue, or the orange, the blue, the purples, the greens, like the role-playing element, because sometimes I found that towards the end of the Dying Light initial game, fantastic, we became a bit too overpowered with stupidly high-level weapons that were doing over-the-top damage. And yes, it's not too ridiculous, because it means that, you know, you get to that point where you do feel invincible, but in a zombie game it slightly takes away from the terror element. That's why I decided to start this on Nightmare mode, just purely for the fact that the few guns that you find and the few guns that I'll have, I'll actually rely on, and, you know, take my time and play it sensibly, and then only go into melee combat if vital, or if I'm surrounded. With the element of the car, I suppose it has taken away some of the terror, but still, if the car breaks down for lack of fuel, then yeah, I'll be pretty buggered. God. Fortunately managed to open the lock, otherwise that would have been an incredibly tedious start to the gameplay. Just you guys getting to enjoy... Oh, didn't mean to do that, but equally slowing time through that. Awesome. Yeah, that'd have been an incredibly boring start to the gameplay. You guys watching me struggle on a hard lockpick for the next 10 to 20 minutes. And this already. This is just awesome. Right, okay. Let's go take on one zombie and then we'll end the gameplay there and well, I guess see you guys next time. Did that kill her? That was a terrible idea. Oh my god, this is terrifying. This reminds me of 28 Days Later. Running through a field with hundreds of zombies chasing after you. One thing I do think is quite smart to add is the stealth element to this game. It does work. Like, you get out of the zombies' line of sight and they will walk towards you, but you're then constantly on the lookout just to make sure that you haven't been followed. Adds to the terror element. Right, we'll run up to the top of this hunting tower so we are out of any sort of danger, because obviously that's the brave thing to do. Don't go for the objective, go for the safety. Oh, Jesus. Oh, chest ball wrench. Camouflage up so we're nice and...
That place looks occupied.
God, that is disgusting. Zombie gubbins. God's sake. Oh, there we go. Right, there we go. Oh my god, said earlier. No, don't worry guys, the entire playthrough won't be me just locking or unlocking chests. But may have lied. So anyway, we'll leave it at that. And hopefully catch up next time when we actually do something exciting and productive in the game.